Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back. I'm obviously not in my garden today. We have a fun project going on today. I'm so excited about it. Jason and I are working with Vego Garden. We are actually at my friend Noel's house. I've known Noel for I think over 10 years now. I met her because she actually does my hair, and now we are friends. And I feel like I've been with her as she's grown up because I've been with her and her husband Garret, who is right there, and he has become a firefighter, and she's told me all the story of everything that he's had to go through to become a firefighter. And for those of you who don't know, here in California, we love our firefighters. We unfortunately have so many wildfires here. To have the firefighters here, I feel like I have to wave at them every time they drive by and say thank you every time I see them, because I just owe so much gratitude. A couple, what has it been now? I think it's been like 8 years. We lost our family home that I grew up in to a wildfire, and so firefighters just have a really special place in my heart. So Noel and Garret actually moved into this home just recently, a couple years ago. They have 2 young boys, and she was telling me as I was getting my hair done one day, she was telling me that she wanted to start gardening with the boys and get them growing fresh vegetables and fresh berries and fruits and stuff like that, just to kind of teach the boys. And that just hits me right here in the heart, and so when she said that, I wanted to see if I could help them out. So I talked to Vego, and Vego agreed to donate some garden beds to them and their family. And that's what we're doing right here, is we're setting up a whole Vego bed garden area that Noel and Garret can garden in with their 2 little boys, and hopefully have a place where Garret can come home and relax with his family while he's not doing the hard job of fighting fires here in California. So let me give you a quick little garden tour. They have the most wonderful backyard, especially with 2 very, very active little boys. One of them is at school right now, and the other one is just waking up this morning. You can see this beautiful lawn that Garret actually grew from seed, which I am so impressed with. But this is like a kid's dream backyard. They have a little swing set, and Garret actually made this for them, if you guys can believe it. I mean, man, I'm impressed. And then they have the trampoline here, a little fire pit area, a little picnic area that I know Noel likes to sit out there and eat with the boys, and then a little play area. And then finally, we have this gravel area where they used to have some toy stuff, but you can see Noel has planted strawberry plants all around. And she said that the boys absolutely love coming out here and picking strawberries and eating strawberries, which kind of got everything going with wanting to add some raised beds right here so that they can start growing veggies and tomatoes and herbs and all the good stuff that it's great to introduce kids to. So we planned out this area. Actually, Garret planned out this area to fit as many beds as we could into this area, and we ended up getting the Vego beds from Vego Garden, so a huge thank you to them. We did get the tall ones, like I have the extra tall ones, just so that they can, not have to bend over. The mom and dad don't have to bend over, and then the kids, as they grow up, since they are boys, they're going to grow so quickly, and we think that it's just going to be a great setup for them. So let me introduce you all to Garret. Hi, Garret.
Hi.
We just want to say a huge thank you for everything you do for California firefighting. We cannot say it enough. You're amazing, and thank you. And this is just the bare minimum that we could do to give back to all of you guys. So a huge thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you excited about getting these?
Oh, very excited.
The boys are going to love it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to do some of the gardening, or is it mostly going to be Noel?
I'm going to leave it mostly to Noel. I'll help out where it's needed.
You can focus on what you're good at, which is the lawn. Look at this. I'm so impressed. That's so cool. All right, so Jason and Garret are unpacking everything right now. Just before I get started, I just have to show you all. There's kittens here. Oh my goodness. So Noel just got a cat. I can't find Mama right now, but she didn't get a chance to, is it called spay or is it called neuter? Spay, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
spay for girls and neuter for boys, right?
Spay for girls?
Yeah.
Okay, so she didn't get a chance to spay Mama before Mama ran away and had some fun, but she is working on that. But now we have little kittens. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. So they're just gonna hang around with us while we're setting everything up. And as soon as Shay gets off school today, Shay already requested to come and hang out with the kittens. So you'll probably see them in the background as we're putting everything together. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a fun day. All right, enough talking. I gotta help these guys out a little bit. We are going to work. What I'm gonna do today is I think I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips that Jason and I have learned for putting these Vego beds together, because we have put so many of them together thus far. Thank you to Vego Garden. I feel like we're professionals at it. And there's a couple of tips that make the job so much easier. So much easier. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna show you guys my 5 top tips that I have for putting these Vego garden beds together. If you are interested in one, we would really appreciate it if you used our link. It helps our channel out so much, and I'll put that link in the description down below. But for right now, I'm gonna set the camera up and help these guys get started. So the first tip I have for putting together these Vego beds is it is a 2-person job. Yes, 1 person can do it, but 2 people makes it exponentially easier. So you can see Garrett is inside, Jason is outside, and it just allows for 1 person to have their hand on the inside, 1 person for them to have their hand on the outside, and it makes such a huge difference. I have tried to put one of these together myself, and it ended up taking me like, I don't know, 2.5 hours or something like that, but when you have 2 people, it's 45 minutes or less. It really makes a big difference to have 2 people. Okay, so tip number 2 is to use a drill like Jason has here, and you want to turn, let me step back so you guys can hear me. You want to turn the clutch down as low as you can. Basically, the clutch is what controls the torque and how tight it spins the screw. So if you turn it down as low as possible, when you hear that noise, that means that the screw is totally tightened and it's not going to over tighten it. And it just makes it so quick. And then if you can look in here, Garrett is holding this tool. Let me show you one over here. And this tool is included in every box that you get from Vego. And this will actually hold the head of the screw or the nut still. And then when Jason goes around and he screws it in with the power drill, then that just kind of tightens everything. It makes it go so much quicker than actually using a screwdriver and going like this on every single screw. It makes it 10 times faster. You can see that we've lined the back here with the 2 long ones. They look so good, especially with this plant. I'm not totally sure what this is, but it's beautiful coming from the neighbor's side. The tip number 3 that I wanted to show you guys is all the screws, they have their nuts on the inside, and the top 2 nuts, Vego will include what's called a cap nut, and that's when you're gardening, that's for when you're gardening, you're not going to scrape yourself on this regular screw and nut, which is, I mean, it's not sharp, but it could be sharp if you rubbed against it without, you know, thinking about it. So the top two of each screw holes in a Vego bed always have cap nuts on them. So that's just something to remember, because when you're putting all the nuts on the screws, you are going to realize that you're short, and that's because you have enough for two for the top of the cap nuts, and then the regular nuts go on the bottom. Tip number 3 is making sure that you assemble them correctly. There is going to be a lot of soil in these beds, and there's a lot of pressure pushing out on the beds. And so the way that Vego Garden gets away with this, well, first of all, they have these support braces on the inside, which really helps. But then one thing you have to remember is the outside pieces, the corner pieces, they need to go on the outside. So you see how the outside piece kind of folds over and the long piece is on the inside of it? What that does is the curve of the corner piece helps hold everything together and makes it that much more sturdy. So it's hard to tell because we haven't taken off the protective plastic everywhere yet, but you can see this corner piece right here is on the outside of the long piece. Look at the baby. Hi. Hi. Can you say hi? Is he cute? So cute. Oh my God. That's so cute. Okay, so I had to take a quick break and go pick the girls up from school, and now they're hanging out with the little boys and the kittens. And Mama, I know, you're so sweet. We're missing a kitten? Oh, they're so cute. Let me see. Let me see. Now, what did you name the gray ones?
Little Sharkies.
Little Sharkies. And what about the black ones?
Little Muffin Kitties.
Little Muffin Kitties. Okay, Little Muffin Kitties. Little Muffin Kitties and Little Sharkies. It's so cute.
Look at this on it.
They're so cute. All right, and while I was gone, look at what the guys did. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're so good. Garrett, do you love it? It looks so good. So Garrett designed this whole layout himself. So basically, so he and the kids and Noel can come in and they can walk around and have all this space to plant in, which is just going to be fantastic. So these are 2 feet wide, and then this one in the middle is 4 feet wide, and then there's a 2-foot gap that they can walk around in. So it's not a huge area, but it's big enough, and there's so much planting space. You're going to have so much planting space here. Okay, my last tip I have for all of you for these Vego beds is to figure out how to fill them. And that's probably the main question that I get about these beds is how much soil do I need to fill it? The cool thing about these Vego beds is every configuration that you see here, Vego has named. They've basically given it a code. So if you go to each kind of set of Vego bed, whether it's a 6-in-1 or an 8-in-1 or a 9-in-1, you can look on the pictures and you can see which configuration you want to put it in. And then if you go to this page, this web page, I'll link it in the description down below. It's kind of like a cheat sheet, and it'll tell you exactly how many cubic yards of soil that you need for the bed. And it also kind of explains how you can figure it out yourself, how you can figure out if you're going to put logs in the bottom and do the hugelkultur method. But basically this page, I go to it all the time. It's my little cheat sheet for figuring out how much soil I need to order to fill these Vego beds. And it just makes it so I don't have to do any math. I don't have to think about it. Okay, you know it's taking everything to not bring one home. Do you know they're not all accounted for? They're not all adopted yet. I know. We can't do it. But you're so cute. Oh my gosh. If you're local in Sacramento area, let me know. I'll put you in contact with Noel. Oh, they're so cute. I think one is spoken for, and then the other ones are not. Do you know how many there are total? How many, Kitten? 5? 5 kittens, so there's 4 available. Ooh, good job, Lincoln. Good job. All right, so we're just cleaning up now. The little boys took the girls inside to show them their bedroom, which is very cute. They hit it off very well. First playing with the kittens, then jumping on the trampoline, and now they're playing inside. Very cute. I wanted to give you guys one more look at the whole layout that we have here with all the Vego beds. Again, as a reminder, the ones around the outside, these are called the 9-in-1 extra tall beds in olive green. And so the way that Garrett configured it is that basically the back 4 are all 8 foot long and 2 feet wide. The front 2, so that there was a space for them to kind of walk in. These are 2 foot wide and 6.5 feet long, so that gives a little space for them to walk in. And then the one in the middle is actually the 10-in-1 jumbo bed. It's the extra tall again in the olive green, but it's 4 feet deep, 4 feet wide, and then 8 feet long. So they're going to have plenty of space for beautiful vegetables, beautiful berries, fruits, all that fun stuff. I actually think I'm going to bring Noel some flowers. Maybe once they fill this up, I'll bring them some fun stuff that they can plant in here. And Garrett is going to, oh, hello. Garrett is going to hook this up to drip irrigation. That's what that pipe is over there. So I am so happy with this. What a great setup in this fabulous, fabulous backyard. All right, everyone. So I am signing off. I have to say this project went a lot faster than I thought it would. Having extra hands really made a huge, huge difference. So I am signing off. I'll be back in probably a couple weeks once they get the soil all filled up and we'll start planting. So stay tuned for that. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you again to Vego Garden, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.